Hello guys, hello, and I welcome you guys on the GeekFi channel, on the GeekFi's corner. This is GeekFi, and I have a special guest for today. It's Zach from BitFighter. So, introduce yourself a little bit, and we will dive deeper today for this beautiful stuff.
Hey, GeekFi, thanks for having me. Hey, GeekFi community, what's going on, guys? So yeah, I'm the creator founder of BitFighters, along with my best buddy and co-founder Vader here. He's in the game with us, and yeah, we're going to talk about some BitFighters and introduce you guys to the game today.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. Actually, for the newcomers, what is the Beat Fighters, and actually, what are the core mechanics, and what about this? Uh, how to understand in the simple words
Yeah,
what this game stands about and how it's actually differs from other one games here in the space.
certainly. So to put it simply, what you're looking at here is the world's first and only Bitcoin-based MMO action party game. And so we have a full, if you guys dive into the roadmap here, if you go to bitfighters.club, check out our documentation, you can go ahead and check out our whole roadmap and what's to come. We just launched October 1st, the beginning of this month, and we released our first initial features, which we have the fight mechanics here, we'll get into in a second. We also have a betting feature. We're working on a version 2 of that. We'll be rolling out soon. And also our brew machine down there, which is hardwired to our partner support feature. And that's getting a massive upgrade here soon too. So yeah, we're really busy. We're committed development team. Like I said, it's just myself and Vader. So we're pretty nimble. We're always looking for player feedback and we're ready to serve the community.
Oh, sounds very nice because actually you guys are like Swiss knives here, right? So and that's what I like in crypto most of all, because you can change the world actually by pair of hands. And what we're trying to do as well in the defeat media as well. So actually I've just read a little bit about you guys, so got into dive into the documentation, and I must admit that I was really surprised how just is going on. And the first interesting stuff here is that the game based on Avalanche network. So recently we have some activities on Avalanche, but I haven't heard about Avalanche quite guys, quite a long time. So something massive or something. So, but I like the Avalanche community because it's very warm and actually distinguished, and you can every time. So I know Avalabs guys, for example, personally. And but why you have been chosen the Avalanche as a main network for the product?
Yeah, the reason really came down to Bitcoin. And that's kind of why we made this game. So I'm a game producer myself, a game designer professionally. I mean, it's what I do all day. And Web3 stuff, about 2020, 2021, I started looking to Web3 games, and Axie was peaking at that time. And I had to play it. And it was a terrible, terrible game. I could not stand it. And the fact that it was like the #1 Web3 game in the world, I just couldn't understand. And off of that spawned, there was a bunch of other Web3 games going on. I'm sure you guys have played some yourselves, but they're the same. The games aren't bad. Some of these games are actually pretty decent. The problem is they all use these shitcoin tokens, and well, you guys know what happens. Either the development team is selling those tokens for themselves because they hold such a large supply, not cool, or the community themselves. I mean, what are they going to do? They get these reward tokens. They take them straight to the exchange and they sell them for dollars or whatever else. And of course, the token goes to zero, and the game dies. The community dies. What was it? What was it all for? Probably the development team, probably the insiders, the people who got in early. And to me, that there's no fun in that. And so I was like, we got to change that. And I'm not going to wait for someone to do it because you got to be the change you want to see. And so, Vader says he can't hear me. Can everyone else hear me? Can we get a mic check? Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I suppose everything is fine.
Fine on your
So
side.
let
Can the
me
audience hear me?
check it out.
Oh, I see Vader. I see. Okay, there we go. I turned my mic on. Here we go. Can you hear me now?
Yep, but
I'm not seeing it come through.
actually I have heard you before. So
Here we go. I got the other stream going on. Here we go. Sorry about that. Thanks, Vader. If it wasn't for you, I'd be talking in silence this whole time, pal. All right, cool. There we go.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, anyway, I wanted to make this game. I wanted to make a game that used Bitcoin, and because that was just obvious to me. It's we want to focus on the game. We don't care about the token or the money. You need a game token, sure, and why not use the best money? So Bitcoin it was. That was a very easy decision to make, and that's what led me to Avalanche, is because they have a really good, dare I say, elegant way of doing their Bitcoin derivative with BTCB and their collateralization system, which Ava Labs, I believe they're the sponsor of that one, and with the core group. And it was just like, it just stood out. Binance and Polygon and those guys, they have their wrap Bitcoin, but it's not the same thing. And so this seemed to bridge from real Bitcoin over to BTCB so quickly and easily back and forth. I mean, that was it. It was so obvious. And Avalanche has some other cool things going for them, like the subnets and, like you said, the community. So yeah, it was quite an easy decision. We narrowed it down. You know, and I was not an Avalanche user before this, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't biased at all. We just kind of laid it all on the table and we said, hey, what's the best network for this game? And the top 3 networks were Avalanche and 2 that were not yet released. And I couldn't even get on testnet to like develop on them. So we kind of scratched those out pretty quickly and Avalanche was left. So yeah, we're on AVAX, guys. And so the idea right now is that we're using BTCB as kind of our initial Bitcoin to get into the game, but that's not going to stop us. I mean, there's nothing that's going to prevent us from using other changes, BTCB or BTC, whether it's wrapped or not, or, you know, Lightning Network, or just pure raw BTC. We can bring all that into the game. But our NFTs on the game contract, it's all Avalanche. And we plan on remaining there for the indefinite future.
No, so that's a vivid example how the, you know, young developers, I mean, in terms of the young, in terms of, for example, blockchain or some network, can easily go for the Avalanche here and just develop something and produce something and create something. So it's very interesting and great, actually. I believe that any AVM is suitable, but Avalanche, of course, for the network low gas fees and everything, much better than, for example, Ethereum in this matter, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, and if you haven't, guys, understand that the game itself has no internal token, right? Native token. All the stuff is going on there is for the small parts of BTC. So, and you can do anything with BTC. So you do not depend on the volatile market of the shitcoins, right? And that's, I believe, the game changer mechanics here, right?
Yeah, you got it. That's exactly right. So there's something definitely to be said about native game tokens. I think they could be designed purposefully and do what they're supposed to do. I just, from my experience, I don't see anything good come from them. And we want to focus on making a game for the players. I mean, that's my whole prerogative here is I want the game that I want to play. And I want something that's going to be here, you know, years from the future. I want something that we can build as players and be proud of looking back, you know, years from now, how we started and how it's still going, without the risk of it going to zero. It's not going to happen. If you guys win BTC in here, it's because you beat another player. It's because you created value. That's how you got the BTC. And when you take it out, and if you want to sell it for dollars or whatever you want to do, it's not going to hurt the game.
Okay, so interesting. So, but I have the another question regarding the BTC. So many projects say that they use just their native tokens just to scale up the system and actually support the game just by maybe selling tokens or just when they raise in the value. So they just make, for example, the commissions or fees in the native tokens, right? So how are you gonna just scale the game? So in terms of the business development and in terms of the money development, I don't know, money flow here.
So Vader and I, we both have full-time jobs in the industry. He's a professional back-end developer at one of the largest game streaming companies in the world. Like I already said, I'm a game designer by day. We got jobs like this. We would love to make this our full-time job. We talk about it all the time because this is like our passion project. I mean, this is where we bring the most energy to. But that's not our motive right now. Our motive is to build something for the players and to build out the community and player base. That's the #1 goal. So in terms of funding the operation, I don't even know if we're going to fund it. It might not be enough. if you guys check out the docs and go to the economy page, you'll see that we have a 10% tax. It's for products, prizes, and services. So anytime a player benefits in this game, in other words, they win something, they earn something, whatever, there's a 10% tax that gets applied to that. 2% of that tax goes to the system, and the system is paying the Amazon servers. It's paying if we have to go out and get some more developers, which we would love to do. We would love to have a couple developers and a couple artists help us out, because this has been us grinding in the evenings after work, a couple hours a day for a year. And so we'd really like to start, speeding things along and get that development going, because like I said, our roadmap is pretty extensive, and the two of us chipping away at it, it's going to take some time. But it's right now, our efforts are focused on growing the community and getting the current community engaged and in the game.
Okay, got it. So sounds nice, and I wish you guys to leave the job until the next bull run. So, you go out for job just for the reason because your game is very successful. Okay, so actually, what about the starting of the game? So if I'm totally noob here, so what are the steps to just join the game and just to test it by ourselves?
So currently you need a BitFighter to join the game. Previously in our alpha testing phase, we had a guest feature just because we wanted to make it frictionless so anyone can just get right into the game without having one of the NFTs. We're going to bring that feature back at some point, just because we believe that anyone should be able to play this game without going through the steps of having a MetaMask, getting an NFT, and so on. We want to make it very easy for everyone to jump right in. So we're going to bring that back. It's already built out. And that'll let people that just want to check out the game and be a part of it, they can do that with a simple click of a button. It will connect you to the server, put you right in the game. You're going to get a random common BitFighter. You're not going to be able to select your name. There's going to be some features that you won't have access to, but it'll still give someone new to the game an opportunity to join and hang out.
Okay, how the NFTs actually differ? So do they have the rarity, or just all the guys are common and have the random, parameters? So how do they differ? And
So
will this
yeah,
be, will they be differ anyway in the future somehow?
yeah. So there's over 2 billion different combinations of these BitFighters that you could generate, and the process is pretty cool. We just, we took the typical paper dolling of NFTs, how they're always made, the profile pictures and whatnot, how they stack the layers. Well, we did that with sprite sheets. So we did that with a 60 frame sprite sheet. I've never seen it done before. So I thought it was a really cool idea. And what you get is this, you get these animated characters that have all these different abilities and animations that are all uniquely generated. And at the time of generation, you guys can go to the docs for more information on this, but how it goes is there's 7 different features on a BitFighter, and each of these 7 we roll for a common, uncommon, or rare. And there's a point system for each of these. And once you roll the full BitFighter, you get a total score. And once you have that score, I'm being haunted right now. Once you have that score, it will determine whether your BitFighter is a common, uncommon, or rare. And that is a big deal because the rares have 21 attribute points that get distributed over 6 attributes. So if I click on GeekFi here, you can see his 6 attributes, and this is your AP. So these are the points that you have for each of these, and this is the value. So the rare fighters are going to have 21, where a common or an uncommon will have 20. So right there's a potential 5. There isn't potential. It truly is a 5% edge that a rare fighter is going to have. But that doesn't mean a whole lot. We've seen common and uncommon fighters absolutely destroy rare fighters in the ring. So while there's an edge.
Oh, sorry, guy. Sorry. How to see the another guy just?
Oh yeah, you just click the black button by their name, the little info button by their name.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can check out their stats. See what they're working with.
Wait a little bit.
And then you got disconnected.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna fight Vader really quick. I think he's looking for a fight. So right now I'm just playing with the ante. If you guys saw, that menu is quite fast. I went through it pretty quick. But if you check out this menu, you have an opportunity to bet more than just the ante. The ante is just the minimum amount to join a fight, which is 50 bits right now, or $1.20, $1.30. And you can see the fight price here. Vader and I are both fighting for 100 bits right now. 60 seconds on the clock. And so what I love about this game is, everyone else on these token projects, you're fighting on the charts, right? You're fighting with candlesticks, a green candle, a red candle. You got to buy low, sell high. The other guys are trying to beat you to it, right? Well, here you get to see your opponent, right? You know who you're fighting against. Also, it doesn't matter how much money Vader wins. It's not going to help. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter how much money Vader has. It's not going to help him win, right? This game is 100% skill based. And there we go. I just put him.
So actually, what is the strategy? So how the fight is going on and what's happening right now? What was happening on the match?
Yeah, I'll get into that in just a second. Let me take advantage of what we have here. So we call this the win receipt. So because I just won that fight, I see this. You win. I'm in the Genesis HQ. It's a level 5 building. We were fighting. I put up a 50-bit ante. So did Vader. 50-bit ante. Neither one of us bet anything. So we're just playing for antes. The total prize was 100 bits, sorry. And then here's that 10% PPS tax. Prizes, products, and services. So I have to pay 10%, that's 10 bits, and here's where the 10 bits go to. 2% go to the building owner, which is the system right now because we're in the HQ. But when we open the city doors, you guys, the players, can own your own buildings. And now you guys will be reaping this tax, and anyone that participates in your building. The gang is like a referral system. So if you refer your friends and you use their ref code, their wallet address, when you create a BitFighter, they're now in your gang. So you can send art. I really, really recommend that YouTube influencers like you, GeekFi, for example, you guys should be leading armies of BitFighters into this game because you will reap 2% of all of their winnings. And that's on anything, prizes, product, and services. So if they own a business, they're paying 10% PPS tax on all their business revenue. You're getting 2% of that because they're in your gang. If they get lucky and hit a jackpot and they win a jackpot somewhere, you're getting 2% of that because they're in your gang. If you own the building where they won that jackpot, you get 2% because you're the building owner. The treasury gets 2%, and the 1K club, there are treasury stakeholders. We'll talk about them in a second. So they love to see this. The system, that's us. That's what keeps Jeff Bezos. We got to pay him for his Amazon servers. The prize pool and the jackpot, these are prize features, and there's mechanics behind those. We can talk about those too. So yeah, I get 90 bits from that. So I put up 50, I won 90. So what is that, 80% ROI?
Yeah. So actually, if we just imagine the different situation, you have the bet like 50 bits and you're opening 10 bits. What will happen?
Sorry, one more time?
So if your opponent take a bet for 10 bits, and you, for example, 50. So can you fight, and what will happen next?
I see. So if I actually bet more than the ante here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or less.
Well, you can't bet less, right? It's the ante's the minimum.
Okay.
So I can max. I mean, I can bet whatever I want. I can bet a full Bitcoin if I wanted to, but it's not going to go through unless someone takes that bet. I don't want to call it zero sum. It's zero sum minus the PPS tax, right? So you need a taker on that side. On the other side to make that bet go through.
Okay, I see that. So you just or you just set up the maximum, right? Or you just to take somewhere's minimum, right? So the fight will go for the minimum, amount, right?
Yeah. So there's a matchmaking system happening behind the scenes. It's going to look for someone that's close to your bet. So if you bet 1,000 bits, it's going to look for someone within 900. Is there anyone with 900? No. 800? No. 700? No. It's going to keep going down the list until it can find you a match. And if it doesn't, it'll just match you up with the next person that's been waiting.
Okay. Sounds nice. So actually, we've just understood that we need some NFT, right? So the fighter, just to get in the fight. But moreover, you need some bits, right? So
yes.
The bits is just a fragment of the Bitcoin, right?
Yeah. So the lowest denomination of a Bitcoin is a Satoshi or a SAT, right? Which is 100th million or 100 millionth of a Bitcoin. And then a bit is 100 Satoshi. And that's our lowest denomination within the game. And so one bit, whatever Bitcoin is, if it's at 27,000, one bit in USD is 2.7 cents.
Okay, sounds not very, sounds very affordable, right?
Yes, but
just
again,
to have fun, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So 1 bit is 2.7 cents, but you got to remember the ante here is 50 bits. So it's two or $1.30
Okay, okay,
to play.
okay.
The idea, hopefully, is that you're winning more than you're losing, and you're continuing to grow your stack of bits.
Okay, got it. So, in order just to fulfill your balance, what do you need to do? So, actually, what's going on here on the battlefield? I mean, in this room. So, I believe this room is just the first room you presented, right? So,
Mhm.
what we can do here? So, what are these vendor machines? How to use them?
So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to the ATM, and this is how you're going to pull your bits from your wallet, your BTCB, into the game. So you can transfer in and out. Just be aware there's a 40-bit fee on withdrawals, and that's just to cover all the gas fees. And that just goes back to that frictionless gameplay that I wanted to talk about. We want to run a lot of the transactions on the server side. That way the player doesn't have to go through it. They don't have to go hit their MetaMask, accept, or whatever. We're doing on the backside. So that's the 40-bit fee on all withdrawals. And this is going to fluctuate. And same with the brew prices. A lot of these are going to fluctuate. So if Bitcoin moons up, right, to 100,000, we're going to have to drop all of our prices because we want to stay affordable. We want to stay, we call it arcade prices. Back in the 90s when we were going to the arcade and put, quarters, 50 cents to play a game, that's kind of what we want to stay around.
Okay. So actually, so for the guys who are just newbie on Avalanche, so what exchange you can use for the fulfilling the BTCB for your MetaMask wallet?
No affiliate, no sponsorship, but I think Trader Joe is like the
Okay.
go-to that people use on Avalanche to swap. If you're cross-chain, I recommend DLN or CryptoLink. They both have some cool cross-chain features. Again, not a sponsor, not an affiliate, just some tools that I like to use. But yeah, you just need to get whatever currency you have over on the Avalanche network and then swap it for BTC.B. And that'll let you bring your bits into the game and also take them back out.
Okay, I will just try to fulfill it by myself actually. So let me do this actually really quick. I will just show people how to do this because we need, every time we're just testing it. So, and that's how we're just differs as your game for other bloggers. So we're just doing it by ourselves, guys. And actually we're testing everything. And I believe we will do this very easily right now. So I have some USDTs here, USDCs, sorry, and BTCB. So you can really top up really quick. So I will do this on my $10, for example. So Trader Joe, like Uniswap, actually in the Ethereum world. If you're guys familiar with the decentralized exchanges.
I just find they have good rates, low gas fees. Again, I'm not an affiliate or a sponsor, but they're the go-to.
Okay, I suppose I've got some BTCs. So let me switch to the game right now. Okay, I'm checking up my guys. So actually I have 2 guys in my wallet. And this is a spoiler, guys. So Zach, maybe you will just announce that somebody here from our live will get some free guys, maybe.
Yeah, we're gonna give some BitFighters away to you guys for hanging out with us today. So be sure join our Discord. That's where I'm gonna hit you up with. I'll get at you there and get the BitFighters over to you. So if you're not already in the Discord, go over to bitfighters.club. Top right corner, you'll see links to our socials. Join the Discord. Just say GeekFi sent you, and let's say like the first 3 people that jump into the Discord and say GeekFi sent me, I'll give them some BitFighters.
Oh, sounds very nice. So guys, you should do this immediately, I believe, because free NFT is a free NFT anyway, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so right now you can only buy them. You can either buy them singles on the marketplace. So we're on OpenSea, we're on JPEGs, we're on Hyperspace. So you can go get a single there. The floor is 0.2 AVAX. So what is that? AVAX at $10? I don't know. $2 or so, say it around there. So it's like $2 for a BitFighter. Pretty cheap game NFT, right, guys?
Yeah,
we're not one of those $50 NFTs that you can't do anything with. You can actually do a lot with your NFTs here. Then we can talk about there's so much to talk about the utility of a BitFighter. What you see right now is obviously we're in the game with them,
Yeah.
but there's a lot more that
So
we're going to do with these BitFighters.
yeah. So
If
right now I'm just making the trade here. So I've just made a trade. So I'm just showing our helper domain, just show my screen. So I've just fulfilled my account, and right now I'm just depositing from the ATM. So I have 300 bits right now. So
cool.
I will be ready to
Vader will
receive
fight you. Look, he's ready to go.
Okay, okay. I'm just waiting until the network will approve my deposit, I believe. Okay, I've got it. So very fast, actually. So I'm just going for the bet stuff. So we have a button fight. So I can make the wager, for example. So and the drinks, what are they for?
Yeah. So this is the potion. This is how you're going to heal your guy. Good luck not taking any damage in a fight. I've never seen it done before, but maybe you guys can avoid all damage and stay healthy. But you're going to need to replenish your health at some point, I'm sure. And so you're going to need to purchase some brews. And this is the in-game potion. And
Okay.
what's really cool about this brew system is we knew right away, like the two of us, we're heads down working on this game. And making an MMO action game is not very easy. So there's a lot of work to be done from everything that we built so far. But where does that leave us? That leaves us with a game and no players, no community. And that's not good because we have a huge world that we need to fill with players. And we knew right away that partnerships are key and we're not going to make it without partners. And so we decided to hardwire our partners into the very fabric of this game via the brew, the potion system. And so what you guys see here is it looks like you're just buying a brew, right? I'm hitting this, I'm buying a brew. But little do you know,
Yep.
you're actually supporting a partner behind the scenes, right? So
Okay.
there's someone behind the scenes, there's another community, another project that is reaping half of that Bitcoin of all the brews you're buying. And
that's nice.
it's great, right? But that partner didn't turn out
Yep.
to be a really good partner, unfortunately, for better or worse. But so what we're doing now is we're launching the V2 brew system, which we already have like 30 partners on this thing. It's massive. And the hope is that by bringing them utility, so imagine this, we can just do GeekFi YouTube channel for an example here. So you have your community, you have your influence in the space, and you want to support that, right? Maybe you want to do giveaways, you want to give back to your community, you want to give them a game to play. Well, BitFighters is the place to do it. They can come over to the brew machine, they can buy GeekFi brew, right? And that heals their character, so they're happy. But what else does it do? It's giving GeekFi a kickback of Bitcoin. It's going to your wallet now, and you can go use that for community events, for giveaways, whatever you want to do to give back to your community to make them happy and have them continue playing the game. And so for a token project, for example, the default mechanic is a buy and burn. And what we do is we buy their token, burn their token, deplete their supply. They're happy, we're happy, and so that's kind of the foundation of the brew partnership mechanic.
Okay.
Let's see if
sounds win-win situation right now. So I'm ready to fight. So maybe somebody will just join me. I've just make a bet. So
where'd Vader go? He was raring to go.
I see the quick queue here. Yeah, so on my screen, and I suppose I need to wait, right?
Yeah, you gotta wait for a fighter. Vader was just here. I wonder where he went. He was looking for a fight. There he is.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, boy. So actually, I haven't asked how to fight, but I understand.
All right, here you go. I'll give you the key points. Don't bet too much because some of the guys that have been playing are really good. So you did a good job there. Number 2, watch your stamina. That blue bar. Don't burn through your stamina.
So I have actually bad stamina attribute, but I have a good punch attribute.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, I need a run. Short run is better than no run. Okay. I'm a little bit not so fast as Vader.
So yeah, there's a lot of strategies here. And I should have told you, you could have equipped a brew. My bad.
How to get the brew actually?
Yeah, you could have if you bought some brews, you could have brought them into the ring with you, into your bag.
Okay, and
And
how
you
to
could
use them?
So right now you can't.
Okay.
Right. Right. Yeah. So right now you're fighting the clock and an opponent with full health.
Okay. So,
So
but actually, how to use it in the fight? So
yeah. So what you want to do is if you see the top left corner of the bag icon.
Okay.
So the first in-game item is the brew.
Oh yeah,
of
I
course.
see. I
And
had one actually. I just bought one.
You right click on it and you can use it or equip it. And if you equip it, then you can bring it into the game with you, into the arena.
Okay, use or equip. So if I equip, so it goes for my queue. Yeah, queue to open. Okay. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Okay, how actually, what is the strategy in the ring? How to win there?
Believe it or not, there's a lot of strategy. So based on what kind of BitFighter you have, and I want to talk about, so marketplace, you can go buy one that was already generated for cheap. You know, people play them on the marketplace for a couple of bucks, or you can mint yourself a pack of BitFighters, a 5, 10, or a 20 pack. And when you do that, you are minting these BitFighters into existence. You don't know what you're going to get. And that based on your attributes is probably going to determine some of your play style. So for example, you can win. There's two ways to win. You either win by a KO, right? You deplete the enemy's health, your opponent's health all the way to 0, or a TKO, where you have more health when the clock ends. So those are the two win conditions. And you can play it a few different ways. So if you had a high defense, high health, you might just want to kind of stay away, like cause some damage, make sure you have more health than they do, and just stay away and protect your health and run the clock out. Another player we've seen, like we actually expanded this arena. It was a little smaller than this. What we found was that players with a higher speed attribute wouldn't have much of an edge because there was nowhere for them to escape to. Well, now they have a little bit more room. So a higher speed character, they can do some damage, run away, escape that other player. They can also, if you see them taking a drink, if they're about to take their brew out, so as soon as you see a player take the brew out, right, that's a sign. Okay, you know they're probably going to drink it. That's the next step. Well, you can interrupt that. So if you see me about to take a drink and you punch me, I'm going to drop my brew and lose it. So I just wasted 5 bits on a brew. I didn't get to drink. My health is still low. You just interrupted that. And a speedy character, you can, if you double tap on the keyboard, A or D, right? That's how you can run. You can also use the shift key. But you can run over to them, interrupt them. So the speed attribute, we did a lot of testing, Vader and myself, and we felt like we got to 80%, and that's why we did kind of our final beta testing, pre-launch. And it was the speed one. The stamina was kind of had the higher edge, right? So we had to knock that down a little bit. Health had an edge. We knocked that down a little bit. Speed was kind of a disadvantage. It wasn't doing much for a lot of people. So we had to give them an advantage. And that's kind of hence the arena expansion. But a lot of this is like tacit knowledge. Players aren't going to know this right off the bat. You're either going to have to talk to someone that's played this game or observe. So anyone that wants to play this game, I just highly recommend take your time. Don't bet big. If there's someone here, we got some sharks. We got some of the VIP members that have been playing for a few weeks that have some skills. They'll just hang out and wait for someone to come in. So watch out for those guys because they just want to take your bits.
Okay, so I can see that I have, for example, myself attributes is defense 3, punch 4, kick 4. So actually I have good, I believe, punch and kick attributes because I can see yours. It's 2 and 2. So, and but you have speed 4 health and 5 stamina. I have 5 speed, a little bit more, but 3 health and only 1 stamina, right? So what is my strategy here? Just to go quickly to your, face with my punch and kicks and fight you back, or your strategy, I suppose, is just to wait in the corner, right? So because you have more stamina and more health, so you can run away.
Yeah, right? Let's see here. You have a 5 speed, 4 punch, 4. So a 4 punch and a 4 kick is pretty decent. I like that's the kind of stats I like to have for an offense. Your 5 speed, though, I would definitely use that to your advantage. So I would try to get some attacks in there, wear them down, and just try to keep away. As long as you can stay away from them while you maintain a higher health, I mean, the odds are on your side when the clock ends.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I understood, but actually, I saw that when we're fighting, so I saw that my just punches were a little bit slower than even invaders, and I was a little bit frustrated on this. So
Ah, yeah,
either
it's your run speed. It's not your attack speed.
okay, so the speed of the punches are the same, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
So that's
okay.
something we were playing with. We were playing with, does the speed affect attacks? It might be. We actually have like a pretty robust fight system that we decided not to roll out for launch. We went with the basic version that we had, just because we thought the fight system that we were working with was a little more complex. So we might get to that later on. But what you just mentioned was part of that, is the attack speed.
Okay.
But for right
So
now, it's all the
yeah,
same. It's just damage.
we have a first question from Deeps. So the Deeps is real gamer. So but he speaks French and he always asks when French, guys.
Yeah, we have
Will you get the conversation in French in Discord and maybe some French community guys, I don't know, from Toronto maybe.
we do have a Spanish and Filipino community in our
Okay.
game. So yeah, we'd be happy to create a French channel for sure.
Okay, Deeps, I believe you will be the first who can actually onboard people in the game and teach them, or be the first French guy who just making the making the top of the tops here, because Deeps for the other GameFi projects he just do very well here. So I made a bet, maybe we're gonna fight again.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Did you get your brew? Are you ready? Are you equipped?
Wait a sec. So
Hey,
I
here's
have
a pro
two.
tip, guys. I don't see a lot of people do this one
I
in the
have
community. So
okay.
check this out. Yeah, actually, I don't think anyone in the community currently knows this. So here's a secret from the creator of BitFighters. Here's what you want to do. Get your brew, equip it,
Yep.
pull it out, right? So what you should see is your character should have a brew in his hand and also a brew in the bottom, yeah, where it says press Q to open. So essentially you're bringing two brews into the fight now. I don't see people do this.
And you still can fight, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I see. So let me... Oh, you said... Let me quick another one. Okay, ready.
Yeah, you'll see some fighters. They think they're tricky because they bring a brew in the fight, and noobs don't know about that. But here's what they don't know this. You can actually bring two brews into a fight. Actually, I take this back. I think Vader fixed this. He's patching this one. So this might not work, but we'll see. He might have eliminated this.
Oh!
Yeah, so what happened there was you ran out of stamina. And when you run out of stamina, you get gas and you're vulnerable. And it's not a good place to be. So you really got to keep an eye on that blue bar.
Cheers.
There you go.
Okay, that's... Oh!
So for everyone watching, I'll share some more pro tips for you guys. You can also pin players. So if they're stunned, that's a great time to drink because they can't hurt you. Also, if they're stunned, you can knock them down. If I can get a hit on you, there you go. So yeah, being stunned is like the worst thing. And what's happening here is your kick is massive. You have a 12 kick, and so it consumes stamina that's equal to the damage value. So the faster you are, the harder your kick is, the harder your punch is, the more stamina you're consuming.
Okay.
So you need to be really careful.
This is my weak point here, right?
Yeah. You're stronger than what your stamina can. So you got to work around that. You need to manage your stamina, and stamina management is a huge skill in this game.
So I should just move a little bit and just not punch everywhere in the space, right?
So out here it doesn't matter too much, right? Because if you get stunned, who cares? But in the ring, it's everything. So you definitely want to keep an eye on, make your hits count, right? Don't just waste them.
Okay. Yeah, I see that. I'm gonna just pull it out very quickly, right? So making the serious not so good. So okay, so I need just to collect more stamina and then just fight back when somebody just close to me, right?
That's right. And also, when we roll out the V2 brew machine, we're gonna have stamina brews. We're gonna have attack brews, defense brews. So there's gonna be 4 different. Right now, it's just health. We're gonna have the 4 different brews once the V2 comes out. So you can bring a stamina brew for. So that might be good for your guy, for example. If they got a high health, low stamina, maybe you want to bring a stamina brew instead of a health. But right
Yeah,
now,
right.
it's you can equip one item and take it into fight with you. But if you want to get into the ecosystem here, there's a lot of other items that are coming, and I can share some of that too if you'd like.
Okay, sure.
So let's see here. Probably one of the best things to share would be, let's see. Now, you want me to send this to you, or you want me to share my screen?
Yeah, I believe yep. Oh, you should just share your screen right now.
Okay.
Because you're not sharing.
Let's see. All right, so here's one of my go-tos. I'll share screen. Okay, so this will kind of paint the picture of the first economy loop that we're rolling out between end of this year, into Q1 2024. So next will be, we're going to open up the doors to the city. So right now everyone's inside this HQ room, and we will open the doors and you can enter the city. And the first building we're going to be rolling out will be these clubs. And the club is just the same thing you guys were seeing in the HQ, which is just the brew machine, the fight machine, the betting. But it's player owned at this point. Now you can have your own clubs staked around the town, around the city. So that'll be the first business that we roll out. The second one is going to be the mines that you see here. And so all these are player owned businesses, player owned buildings. And so in the mine, so say GeekFi owns a mine. He's going to charge like whatever it is, 100 bits for 1 minute. And the player says, okay, they pay 100 bits. GeekFi gets the 100 bits minus the 10% PPS tax. This player goes into the mine, a minute's on the clock. They need to go bang on these rocks, and maybe they find in-game resources, right? Like ore or some other resources they could use here. Or they could find valuable things like Bitcoin or USD or things like that. So there's prizes, there's resources, and that's the mining game. So the next thing that will come out is the factory. The factory looks like, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse here. Move on the screen.
Yeah,
you can. So the factory is over here, another player-owned business where you can come and refine your resources and craft items. And the factory owner is now, you're paying the factory owner to use his machines. All right, so you got to go pay the fee to the factory owner. You can take your resources now and craft these things. Or maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe just sell your resources. You could sell them too. That's fine. And once you have these resources, you potentially, if you have a lot of them, you could sell to a store owner, a shop owner down here. And a shop owner could buy them from you wholesale, could flip them retail. They're making a profit now. These players are happy because they can come to the shop and get what they need item-wise. They don't have to go through the whole process of crafting themselves, which is time intensive. And so what we're doing here is just modeling a real-world economy based on Bitcoin, where players are creating value for other players, and they're realizing that value, as they're trading. So that's kind of the core economy loop, is these 4 buildings. The clubs, just because you have player-owned businesses now. You have the mines, the factories, and the shops. And then from there, I'm not joking, guys, like it's just infinite possibilities. We have all kinds of crazy ideas for businesses and utility. And that's what gets me really excited, is that since we're not a token project, we're using Bitcoin, so who cares about that? We can spend all our time building utility and value for players. And the idea here is just a super large player-driven ecosystem, all based on Bitcoin, where everyone's having a blast, everyone's having fun. There's fun games, lots of mini games, lots of stuff to do inside the city, places to explore. Like for me as a player, I cannot wait to see player-owned businesses and just go inside these buildings and see what's going on. Hey, who's in here? Hey, what's going on? Is there new games I haven't played yet? And that gets into like user-generated content and whatnot, but I won't touch on that right now. That's kind of like 2025 stuff. But for the foreseeable future into next year, this is what you guys should expect to see, is the whole cityscape rolling out here.
Okay, it sounds very massive actually. I'm waiting for the mine. I like mining games when you can just stay there and get some resources and maybe our guild will be just joining and mining by ourselves everything we can. So actually, we haven't touched only one stuff here. Is you just mentioned it a little bit about 1000 Club. What is
Yeah.
this?
Okay, so a lot of people like to speculate on games, and without the 1K Club, there's not a whole lot of speculation happening. You're basically you're paying to play these games. So the 1K Club is an investment opportunity for players that want to speculate, that people that want to kind of be a stakeholder in the treasury. And it starts at there's 1,000 of these membership cards, and anyone that holds one of these cards, they get access to special perks and events. So, for example, pre-launch we had three fight prize events where we gave over $1,000 away to winners of just being in the club. So if you're in the club, you had potential to win one of these prizes. And so we're going to have events, special features for these members as a VIP pass. But what's really cool about it is that they are treasury stakeholders. So once our treasury starts to snowball and Bitcoin does its thing, we can start giving back dividends to all these holders every month. And so we're super excited about that too. So it gives people an opportunity to invest in BitFighters. These cards, they are programmed to increase in value at a 0.5%. Yeah, so here you go. 29 of 1,000 minted. As you can see, the price right here is $234. So it started at $200. The very first card sold for $200. So the price climbs up each subsequent mint.
Okay, how to define in the game who is this? So if it's this guy from 1000 or just it's a guy just minted from the BTCB guy, so like BitFighter guy.
So we're gonna have these emblems next to your name. That's gonna come out with the gang system. So all right, we have the gang system is live right now, but we're going to augment that with these gang flags that show like what gang you're in, basically. The 1K Club will also have a potential marker, so you can see if they're a VIP member. Also, people like you, GeekFi, if you're like an influencer or community leader, you can validate yourself, kind of like how Twitter has the blue check mark. So we'll see that like if there's a GeekFi with a 1 for the I on the Geek F1, they're trying to be an imposter. They're not going to have that orange tag next to their name. We're going to know they're not the real one.
Okay, I see. So actually, the last question maybe from my side, when you're just buying, for example, 5 BitFighters, right? So how to manage them? So actually, you can just take in the game just one guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what other guy should do actually this time? So he's just sitting up in your wallet.
Yes.
Or you can just send him somewhere. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, if I understand your question, you mint 5 BitFighters. You're playing with 1. What do you do with the other 4?
Yep.
Yeah, so currently you can give them away to friends. You can put them up for sale in the marketplace. Those are the big 2 features that you can do right now. But fast forward to the future, going back over to like the factory or one of these other businesses, you can basically rent these out for hire for labor. So they can go do work in the game for someone else or for yourself, for example. So instead of doing a lot of these tasks yourself, like the refining and whatnot, we want to see players actually use these BitFighters as in-game utility that they can stake and give other people value. I don't want to go too much into the mini games right now, but yeah, that's the future of the BitFighter utility. If you have extra ones hanging out.
Yeah, I suppose this is a great idea because you will redefine the value of attributes, right? So maybe the stamina in future will play not role in the just on the ring, right? So, but in the, for example, mine stuff or something, and for example, your speed stuff can be very valuable on the marketplace because I don't know, you will just sell everything faster or something like this. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no, so like I said, the rares. You can tell there's white, blue, and purple backgrounds on each of these cards. If you go to the marketplace or check out your cards on the game, and the purples are the rares with 21 AP. So they should fetch a higher value on the marketplace with their 5% edges. But like I said, the game it comes down to skill. It really comes down to skill because I've seen rares absolutely get wrecked in the ring by commons. So maybe you put a rare in the right hands and they're deadly, but
Okay. So how to get to the marketplace right now?
Yeah, so we want to put a link on our website. That was some feedback that we received. It was some players just wanted to get one BitFighter. They weren't interested in minting a whole pack. So we want to get we're going to have a marketplace, our own marketplace someday. It's on the wish list. But for now, we're using JPEGs, OpenSea, and Hyperspace. So we're going to put a link to those on our page. But for right now, just head over there and just search for BitFighters, and you guys should see us. If you want to pick up a BitFighter for a couple bucks.
Yeah, I believe. Okay, because I'm, for example, each time I'm just crawling the marketplaces like OpenSea and some, so there are a lot of fake collections. So guys, you need to be sure that you're buying the right guy, right?
Yeah, we're validated, so you guys should see us a banner and everything pop up.
Okay, so I believe that's it. So we've just go deeper in the game. We tested everything, and I wish you guys good luck. So we will try this game. Actually, I believe some of our guys will just knock in your Discord and get more and get some BitFighters for themselves. But actually, I like the gameplay, and I see you on the ring, I believe.
Hey, remember, guys, tell me that GeekFi sent you, so I know you're the right person, and I'll get you a BitFighter. So come over to our Discord, let us know who sent you, and I'll get a BitFighter over to your wallet.
Yeah, that's nice. So, and I believe the last word. So if you want to say anything here, so here you go.
Yeah, I just thanks again, GeekFi, for having me on today on your show. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the Discord and seeing you guys over in the game.
Okay, see you guys, and good luck. Bye bye. And I will duplicate the information about the Discord in our private group, guys. Just subscribe and see you soon, guys, on the ring.
Bye.
Bye bye, guys. Okay, I suppose that's it.